Hey guys, this is Bacon Chris here, and today I just wanted to tell you some great news, and I wanted to do this video for YouTube, is that I actually got a new camera, and that's great. Well, not just a new camera, but I also did get a new iPhone. Well, it's actually a used iPhone, but the good news is that I decided to get a new iPhone because I just wanted an upgrade, and the iPhone 11 was expensive. And if you don't believe in what I say, I have some proof about that I got a new iPhone. And the iPhone I got is the iPhone X. And if you can see right here, there it is. That's my new iPhone. What I did to my old iPhone is that I sold it. I just sold it, and got $155. And you know what? It's good that I sold my old phone so that I have money to buy the new phone. But I actually bought the new phone before I got the old phone. Some of you guys are interested in buying new phones. That's great. How you have the latest updated phone. Well, for me, iPhones are very expensive. And buying an iPhone isn't that easy, too. You always gotta find the right price and right demand when it comes to buying certain things. I really like my new iPhone, and it's pretty cool. Whenever I buy a phone, I always make sure that I buy a case and I buy a screen protector. This is the iPhone that I actually got. Ooh, it zooms in. That's really awesome. Zoom in, out, in, out. Okay, that's enough. This is the best iPhone that I have ever gotten. And what I love to do whenever I have iPhones is, I like to play with Apple Music and use Apple Pay on it. The one thing that's weird about my iPhone X is that there's no home button. And that's what the later models have. Yeah, I really like this phone, and one thing that I would love to do is show you a brief history of my iPhone collection. In 2015, I actually received my first iPhone, and all these pictures are an exact look of what the iPhone I got. The iPhone 4S, now it's becoming clearer. The iPhone 4S was the first iPhone that I got in 2015, even though it got discontinued in 2013 and 14. And this was my first iPhone. Ow. Sorry, I have a bad toe. My first iPhone. And one weird... I had a charger that looked really like a letter T, which was weird. It was still a pretty good phone, And then... next year, I got the iPhone 5S, which was my first iPhone with, a different charger. And the one thing that I did when I first got my iPhone 5S is that I had to change the chip card at an AT&T store. And what I had to do is, I got to keep my same phone number, but the phone actually couldn't fit the original chip card. So I had to get a resized at AT&T. Really nice phone again. I wanted an iPhone 6S, but, it was too expensive, $600, I mean, for $600 you could have bought and that stayed at a nice hotel. Yeah, still pretty cool. And then next year I got the iPhone 6S, which was the first iPhone that I actually paid for with my own money. When I wanted to buy an iPhone, I said to my dad that I really wanted this phone, but he told me that he's not going to spend too much money on it. So I decided to save up my own money and, you know, since I didn't have like a debit card or credit card back then, I just gave him the money and then he purchased it online. Paid $300 for my iPhone 6S. And the next iPhone that I actually have is technical difficulties. Okay. Sorry about that. The next iPhone I got was the iPhone 7, and that actually cost me $310. And I actually got this last year in like, it was in July or June actually. And what happened to my iPhone 6S is that my iPhone 6S had something called ghost touching, and I went to many stores like fix-it shops, even the Apple Store. And the problem that actually caused the ghost touching is that there was water in my iPhone. Kind of weird, right? I mean, I did sell it for like, I sold my iPhone 6S for like $50, but you know. But it was worth selling for $50 because, you know, it contained ghost touching. Yeah. Good news is that I got money from my old phone. So, yeah. And right now, I have the iPhone X. I was going to get an 8, but you know what? I felt like I didn't need the home button anymore, so it's pretty cool. I sold my iPhone 7 for like $155. But when I had my iPhone 4S, my iPhone 4S actually cracked, which was kind of weird. I mean, I actually did drop it on the ground, but I kind of felt shocked when that happened. And one thing that I didn't like about the iPhone 4S is that the back cracks also. It does the same thing with the 5S and the iPhone X. I guess Apple did it to piss people off more. But you know what? Thank goodness the iPhone 6 and 7 don't really have a cracked back. But the iPhone 6 and above, you know, can bend, you know, too. I'm just glad that my iPhone 6S, 7, and my X, you know, don't bend. The most important thing you gotta understand when buying an iPhone is you don't always need to have the greatest phone ever. Because, you know, I mean, I do think it's a waste of money to buy just the greatest new phone, unless there's like a special feature you need. Some people just buy iPhones to just be cool. But I honestly think that iPhones are very helpful. And, you know, they are cool, too. I never buy iPhones in, like, plus sizes because it's too expensive and sometimes I can't, and it's also hard for me to fit in my pockets. And the good thing is, when I bought my iPhone XS, I'm glad that it actually fits in the pocket. I mean, some people like plus phones because, you know, they have big fingers or big hands or they have a hard time saying. Yeah. One of the things that I actually thought about maybe doing in the future is getting the iPhone XR, the iPhone 11 Pro, and whatever else Apple has beyond. But, you know, it's important to save your money and, spend it on things you actually need, not actually things you want. I mean, I actually also thought about buying an Apple Watch, but, I think if I had to buy an Apple Watch, I would buy Series 1 or Series 2, because Series 3, Series 4, and Series 5, charges you a fee, which is kind of weird. But, Apple Watches could be helpful. AirPods are nice, but, they're expensive, and they can get lost easily, so the best thing to do is just use the cell phones with the cord, I mean, the iPhone 7 was the first phone that I had without the Bluetooth, without the headphone jack. And it's kind of weird why Apple decided to get rid of the headphone jack. I mean, I think the main reason why they got rid of it is because Apple is encouraging their users, their customers, to use Bluetooth more often. That's probably why the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 5 have different chargers. All Apple is looking for is ways to make more money. And Apple actually does these cool iOS features and different features that you're not able to do just to make more money and to attract their customers. And I actually like the idea of trading in my own old phone, so that I have enough money to get a new phone. Pretty cool, right? Well, that wraps up my video on my iPhone history. And if you like my new iPhone, or actually it's a used iPhone because, I don't really buy new iPhones. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. This is Bacon Chris signing off.